I spoke with author Kelly Mullen about her debut novel, This Is Not a Game. It's a classic murder mystery set somewhere close to home. Here's our conversation.
This morning, I have the pleasure of sitting down for a conversation with author Kelly Mullen, who wrote the book, This Is Not a Game. I picked this up when I was on vacation on Mackinac Island, and I was pleased to find out it's set on Mackinac Island. So, Kelly, I have to know, what made you choose a little slice of paradise here in the UP?
So I definitely wanted it to be a Midwest location when I was thinking about settings for the book. And because it's a murder mystery, I wanted it to be a place that enhanced the sense of claustrophobia a bit. And I felt like, the ban on cars and some of the weather that can come into Mackinac could play a role in that. And I also, of course, wanted it to be a beautiful, charming place that readers would want to visit after reading the book. So that's how I picked it.
And I love the fact that you did, because you were right. It does make you feel a little bit claustrophobic with that island setting. No cars allowed. It's a story we've all heard. If you've been to Mackinac Island, if anybody at home is watching this and maybe they need that familiar vibe, there's another familiar term with this as well. And that's the fact that the main character might be a little bit more relatable. Tell me about her.
Yeah, so her name is Rosemary Mimi McLean, and she is loosely based on my own grandmother, who I also call Mimi. And she is in her late 70s. And, she's brassy, she's unapologetic, she's opinionated, but she's fun. And it was truly just a delight to write her. She loves a Gibson martini, and those are kind of salty and tangy, just like Mimi is.
And Gibson Martini, that is a theme throughout the whole book. You'll see it again and again, but there's also a kind of a familial tie. She brings Addie, and tell me about their relationship.
So when you meet Addie and Mimi at the start of the novel, I wouldn't say they're estranged, but they have some issues that they're working through. They're kind of coming to a head at the point in the story when we meet them. And then when the murder happens and they have to solve it together, of course, they also have to work through their family issues in that process. So they end up being a pretty good detective duo, but their differences and their kind of differing worldviews come out in how they're forced to work together to solve the mystery.
And that's always fun to read. And I'd have to agree. I think they're a pretty good detective duo myself. Now, no
Yeah.
spoilers, of course. Where can people find this book to read it themselves?
So they could absolutely get it really anywhere that you buy books online, or actually also in stores. And hopefully it's at the Mackinac Library, by the way, because I feature the Mackinac Library in the book. I'll have to check and see. But yeah, it's available on Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, and at indie booksellers as well.
And I know that you have another book coming out really quick. Let's talk about that just for a second. Tell us a brief synopsis of what we could expect.
So my second book is called A Murder in Eight Cocktails, and it's playing with a cocktail motif again, although it is a separate standalone novel, but it is another murder mystery, and it's kind of playful, Knives Out-esque, just like This Is Not a Game, and it's featuring a husband and wife sleuthing duo that get pulled into a crazy situation where they have to solve a mystery together, and that one is set on Carmel, actually, in Carmel, California, another place that I love that's very charming.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. How can people find you online?
They can find me at Kelly Mullen Author on Instagram or Facebook or even LinkedIn, actually. It's the same handle everywhere. So KELLYMULLEN Author.
All
At
right.
those
Nice and
places.
easy. Thank you so much for sitting down with me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Again, this story will be on UpperMichiganSource.com later on today with Kelly's social media and the website linked, and a way to learn more about that new book coming out. Now, as a book lover and a reviewer myself, I gave this Mackinac murder mystery a 10 Gibson Martinis out of 10.
Mind if I borrow this for the weekend?
Here you go. Don't go anywhere. We got the weather. You're going to want to stay inside with that cozy book on Sunday. We'll be right back.